Welcome, fellow Kiss fans. Welcome to It's All For You Demon. My name is Rick. Today, we aren't going to necessarily concentrate on the fun of being a Kiss fan. We're going to concentrate on the fun of being a pop culture fan today. Pop culture vlog, television, history. We might find some Kiss stuff along the way. The fun starts now. This is a nostalgia channel. It's time for lunch. 80s style. This is quite possibly the scariest children's playset I've ever seen in a rest area in my life. Could be the foot-high grass that also gives it that effect. Only if you dare. So you can file this under things you never knew about me. Prince was pretty big in our house. My sister had 1999 on cassette, and she even bought tickets for the Purple Rain tour, which was canceled in Kansas City. However, my tie to Prince, impact on my life is odd, but fun nonetheless. When I was in the 4th grade, I was at Skateland, which was a roller rink in St. Joe, and they had a silver glitter sticker that said Purple Rain in purple glitter, and I remember staring at it and loving that R. And as my name is Rick, I began to write my name in that fashion with that Purple Rain R, which kind of continues to this day. That's how I do my R's now. But the impact of Prince on my life was learning how to write my name as a kid in the 4th grade. The wonderful impact of popular culture. insight into me as a child, as a youngster, as an adult, I loved television. And one of my favorite shows of all time as a kid was Dick Van Dyke. I loved Dick Van Dyke. It made it seem very fun to work in the entertainment business, become a writer. I know it was all fantasy and fiction, but to me as a youngster, it looked fun. I loved his house, and I just loved the show. I loved his comedic style, and I was just a huge fan of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Two of my favorite episodes, one called Uni Oots, borders on comedy and spooky at the same time. It's a great episode. My other favorite episode is an episode called Never Bathe on a Saturday, and I became a huge Mary Tyler Moore fan with that episode. Always loved the Dick Van Dyke Show, but as reruns of Mary Tyler Moore began to appear on TV, I loved seeing her play a different role. So being in Minneapolis this week, Mary Tyler Moore was based in Minneapolis. There are several pop culture spots regarding the Mary Tyler Moore Show that I plan on hunting down today. The first being the Nicollet Mall area where a lot of that opening intro was shot. The Mary Tyler Moore opening intro was created by the same man who created the intro for Hawaii Five-0. It was a live action intro, gave you a backstory, gave you a present story, and is one of the most celebrated television intros ever. Of course, it has the classic song Love Is All Around, written and performed by Sonny Curtis, later performed by Joan Jett. Which that is pretty cool in and of itself. And of course the intro ends with that famous shot of Mary Tyler Moore tossing her hat in the air. And not too long ago, TV Land cemented the importance of that opening shot, or bronzed the importance of that opening shot, with a Mary Tyler Moore statue that is still downtown in that mall district today. And that, of course, is the Mary Tyler Moore house that they used in exterior shots, and you could always see that classic window in her living room. It was always snowing. It seemed like, I guess, Minneapolis, it snows quite a bit, so it always seemed like it was snowing when she was in her apartment. I always loved her apartment. It had that cool, like, step / bookshelf thing. Rhoda's apartment upstairs was even far cooler than Mary's. It was very 70s, very trippy, very pink, beaded doors, very cool. And her other neighbor was Cloris Leachman, who actually was kind of hot in 1970 with that blonde hair. That's, you know, that's something you probably never thought you would hear today. Cloris Leachman is hot. It was just one of those sitcom sets that even as a young child, I was watching these in the late 70s, early 80s in reruns, and it really just made me want to grow up one day and have an apartment like that. It just seems so cool. Now, do not quote me on this, I could be totally wrong, but I believe that this building here to the right was the exterior shots for WJM News, where Mary worked for 7 years in the 70s. And here is the Mary Tyler Moore house from 1970 to 1977. The world believed Mary Richards lived here. And every episode ended with that adorable kitten. Did a little record shopping and found something I've never ran across before in the wild. The Crazy Nights 12-inch single. Boom. First time ever eating these was seeing E.T. in the theater, 1982. I've never seen E.T. since. Damn movie ripped my heart out. I do own it on Laserdisc though, so I may have to watch it again as an adult. 2019. And maybe eat some hot tamales. And now to the Kiss content. I know, you know, the albums I found. Pee-wee, Pee-wee, Large March, Pee-wee. I am back in Kansas City, and I know that the records I found are not extraordinary records by any means, but I'm just gonna be completely honest here. The record stores we have, what in the world is going on back there? The record stores we have in Kansas City, I'm gonna be completely honest, are very hipster. They are very millennial. Every employee in the store has a beard, and the music they choose to play over the sound system inside the store is horrible music. Finding Kiss records in Kansas City is almost a nightmare. It is almost 2019. I have found no Kiss records whatsoever. It's horrible. You go to the K's, and like every Kiss fan has experienced, you see King Crimson, Greg Kihn, and that's it. I'm to the point now where really I'm only buying Kiss records. I'm just buying Kiss, so I walk in, check the K's, then I'm out. And it sucks because your experience at the record store is no more. Now, finding a record store in Minneapolis that actually had a Kiss record I have never come across in the wild before was pretty spectacular, and it was not a hipster record store. All the employees were older guys. They were all drinking beer. They were playing the Rolling Stones, and they had a dog roaming the store. So personally, that's been the best record store I've been in all year, and I scored an album I've never run across in the wild. And what this find is the Crazy Crazy Nights 12-inch single from the UK with Crazy Crazy Nights, No No No, Lick It Up, and All Night, labeled as Blast from the Past. And there it is on the Vertigo label. I originally, when I saw this in the bin, thought it was a Crazy Nights record, and I wanted to check to see if it had that exposed promotional flyer in it, as I know some of the Canadian copies had. I do not have that exposed promotional flyer, and I kind of wanted that, but was happily surprised to see this actually was the Crazy Crazy Nights 12-inch 45 that I've never run across in the wild. So I picked it up, and I also got some 45s. I'm very new into the 45 collecting game. 45s have never really appealed to me, but for some reason after receiving that Tears Are Falling 45, I kind of want to get into them. I don't know how far I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole, but I bought Shout It Out Loud, B-side Sweet Pain, and Rock and Roll All Night from Alive, B-side Rock and Roll All Night studio version. So those were two 45s I picked up. I like the fact that they are in the Casablanca sleeves with the blue label. Kind of fun to get into something new. I don't know, again, how far I'm going to go down this rabbit hole, but we shall see. I know this is not our regular content. This is pop culture. This was mainly pop culture with a little Kiss sprinkled in. We will return to our strict celebrating the fun of Kiss format with our next vlog. This was just a fun pop culture venture that I thought you may get a kick out of joining along. If you like this content, please subscribe to this channel. If you like Pee-wee here, please subscribe to this channel. If you enjoy this content, if you enjoy waxing nostalgia, like, share, comment below, leave your comments. Let's celebrate the fun of being a Kiss fan down in those comments. What is the one Kiss record you have run across in the wild that you've never had in your collection before, or never seen in the wild and it kind of blew your mind finding it? What was that record? Leave it down in the comments. Let's celebrate the fun of being a Kiss fan. Thank you for hanging with me today. Take care, be safe, be good to your animals, even if they hump each other and they are sisters. Crazy, crazy ladies. Thank you for hanging with me. Take care, be safe. I will talk to you very soon. Why do you guys hump each other? It's a dominance thing. Pee-wee says, I'm going to show her who's boss. And it's me.